Okay, 3 words I would use to describe Martin are conflicted, fantasy, and perhaps intoxicating. It's difficult to look at Martin from his own perspective because the Martin we see in the play is very much from the perspective of Catherine, and she's combining all the best memories she has of him to create that character. So what we see of Martin is very real. That's him, that's who he was, but it's quite one-sided. And for Martin in the play, I think what he wants most is to draw Kathy into his world, to have her back in his world, to escape with her. So he's using everything he has to intoxicate her, to bring her into that fantasy. But every time Kathy, or Catherine, gets closer and closer to talking about why he left, as she puts it, then that conflict of him not wanting to talk about it, not wanting to go into that territory, sparks up, and he has to go and abandon all his tactics to get her into that world suddenly. And the hard thing about playing Martin, I think, is that when you see him, you think he comes off quite negative because he seems to be pulling Kathy away from her life, and we don't know why at the start of the play. But I think it's really important to show him as a real person, a vulnerable person, a person that in his life was depressed, and maybe it wasn't his fault. It wasn't his fault. So it's important, I suppose, as playing Martin, to figure out what makes him tick, why he did what he did, and not make him seem like a predator to the audience, because he's not at all. My process as an actor for playing Martin very much lies in the relationship that Martin has with Catherine. So I think all the discovery about Martin comes from conversation about the character and about the history that Catherine and Martin shared together. Because Martin is pieced together from Catherine's memories, it's really important that for our own sanity we understand in each scene where those memories come from and the situation, what they mean to her, I suppose, why they're coming up now. And so a big part of figuring out the character is colouring in his history, with Catherine particularly, but figuring out his past, his story, so that these scenes, though to the audience they might seem a little confusing and they are fantasy, but they're rooted in something real. And understanding then, it's difficult because he is a projection of Kathy's. To play him, you still need to know what he wants and what drives him. So in that case, you need to figure out why Kathy has him there at that time, and what she wants from him and what she's scared of. And try and put that all together into a scene that is readable to the audience and makes sense, which is really fun, actually.